Caroline, Mike, Scott here with Lethbridge Toyota. Thanks for coming in yesterday. Sorry for a lot of the, I like to BS, as you can tell. So I'll keep it business for this video. So sorry about that. I had fun though. Anyway, so this is the Woodland edition that is already pre-sold, but at least I can make this video for you quick and kind of show you some of the highlights and features that this Woodland comes with. The Woodland is the only one that has this distinct front end, like the way the grille comes up more here. You have this piece here compared to, like, here's a base LE. This is just a base model LE, looks a little different in the front. The idea with this one is this is our more adventure orientated package. You have more of an AT tire. You have about an inch extra lift on the suspension, giving you a little better approach angle and departure angle on the bumpers. Everything is hard plastic, a little better for ruggedness if you're out in the bush or something, or on gravel roads. No paint to be chipped there. You have the higher rails, roof rails, as opposed to the standard ones are just low. But you have the higher roof rails that already come with the crossbars. That is standard. The previous generation, so last year and before that, you had to pay extra for the crossbars, and you had to pay extra for the hitch and wiring harness. This model comes with that standard. And they have it nicely integrated. Like, it's not just a hitch that they kind of drop under the bumper. All of that kind of makes sense how that is. But yeah, right there. So it's nicely integrated. You get a nice Toyota hitch rubber plug just so you don't get dirt and stuff when you're not using the hitch. You only get the 4-pin. There's no 7-pin, so you have to get an adapter to get the 7-pin hooked up. I don't know, just the extra exclusivity of the Woodland, like the nice badge, the embossing on the texture there. The floor mats, I think, are specific to the Woodland. This does have a power lift gate. It does come standard. This is the way it comes from factory. Like, you don't have to pay extra for the rear cargo mat. You don't have to pay extra for the, in here are the trade slush mats for the floor in the second row and first. You also get the carpet mats with it too. You don't have to pay extra for this tonneau cover that can be stored on board under the rear in these slots right there and across to there. You still have a full diameter spare tire. It is a temporary one, so it's not a full size spare. It's a full diameter, so you're not sitting slanted, but it is a temporary speed restricted, I believe 80 kilometers an hour, I think. Temporary tire. Locking lugs on each wheel. 1500 watt power inverter outlet, I guess, if you want to call it that. So that's a little more of an upgrade from most of our previous generation ones. You can only pull 400 watts from it. This one gives you a lot more power. I might as well throw this in now. Why not? Just to protect, just to keep that clean. There we go. Nice. 60-40 split, so you can throw these down. And actually, it is pretty flat. They don't have it properly placed, but this rear cargo mat does go the full coverage for the cargo area up the back of this seat, so that when you lay down that seat, you have full coverage to the top. So that's handy. Let's see if I can one-hand this. Maybe not. Maybe not. Oh, I can do it. I can do it. There we go. You do have remote start, as I mentioned on this. So you triple tap the lock button and hold on the third in order to start it from the key fob. And then you also get 3-year free trial for the remote connect, which is starting from your phone, as long as the vehicle and phone are in cell service. One, two, three. Might not work yet. And that's just because, yeah, I believe it has to be initialized with the next owner. Yeah. So whoever takes possession of this vehicle, we have to register them for that 3-year trial, which has not started yet. So you have keyless entry only from the front 2 doors. So you can see this little ribbed part. As long as you have the key on you, you just tap that. That locks the vehicle. To unlock it, your hand behind the handle will unlock it, but that's just the driver door. I can change it in the system so that all the doors unlock from initial touch, but that's just for safety, so no one can jump in on the other side behind you there. But if you held this longer than 5 seconds, yep, then all of them unlock. Oh, well, let me show you the back seat here. They do give you some nice materials now, finally, for the interior. The RAV4s did lack on that a little bit in the previous generations, so they definitely upped their fit and finish for interior trim. I kind of like the seats too. They're the full SofTex leather. If you don't know what SofTex is, just type in Google SofTex leather versus genuine leather. It's a patented Toyota synthetic leather that's been around for many years, and it's designed for longevity, durability, and the way it absorbs heat, you can stay cooler than genuine leather as well. Cooler in the summer and warmer in the winter, if that makes sense. So there is a lot of engineering behind this material to make it not like my wife and I, when we first got married, we got a pleather couch that just started flaking in layers within 6 months. It was horrible. Center console in the back. Rear vents with 2 15-watt USB-Cs. You'll have floor vents as well, so you have good airflow for the back. Power mirrors, power locks, power windows. 8-way adjustable power driver seat with 2-way lumbar adjustment, so you can change the lumbar here. The Woodland gives it this more rugged look with the texture, different colors. The orange, that's exclusive to the Woodland edition. That's just your gauge brightness, power lift gate, fuel door, hood, automatic daytime running lights, automatic high beams. If you've never had that before, that when you have your high beams set and then you turn on the automatic high beams, it'll give people at nighttime oncoming traffic, it'll give them the courtesy low beam all by itself, and then when they pass you, it goes back up to the high beam all by itself. Automatic windshield wipers. So if I set this to auto, then as soon as the rain hits the windshield, it'll just keep wiping it until it's dry, and then it'll stop wiping. Oh, the fog lights. This has an upgraded fog light in it that's quite nice. Okay, how do I turn on the fog light? Maybe I've turned, oh, I probably turned on the vehicle. Push start button. When you're not used to a hybrid, it's really strange when you first start it up. You don't hear the engine or feel the engine turn over. It is pure electric at this point. It might even kick in gas in a sec here. I can tell you why, but as long as it says ready, you know it's ready to be operated. But there's a lot of variables on on what the vehicle, when the vehicle would ask the gas engine to kick in. Maybe the lithium-ion battery in the back needs a top-up, so the gas engine will kick in, running on the generator, collecting kinetic energy, and then putting power to the battery. Or if the battery is at sufficient charge, maybe you're using this as your thermostat and furnace, and to get the in-cab temperature to proper temperature, it'll kick in a bit just to give a heat boost on the inside, and then it'll go back to electric. Or maybe you start to drive and you jump on the throttle and you're demanding more power than the electric motors can give you. The gas engine will kick in to assist with that power request. So it's a really well thought out system, and it's very, very, very balanced. The way like these batteries, actually, I'm rambling now, so skim through as needed. I'm so sorry. You know how like an iPhone or any sort of smartphone with their lithium-ion battery inside, you can check the health of that battery, and I feel like within a year you went from 100% health down to maybe it's only operating at 75 or 80%, and every year goes by you're down to 40% in 3-4 years or something crazy. Our batteries, and there's many reasons why we're able to achieve it, not the phones, but our batteries, they say every 10 years, what is it, 2.6 or 3% degradation. It could probably not, neither of those words are proper, but you know what I mean. So 20 years, 6%, 30 years, 9%. And we have a lot of track record, even with older technology of our lithium-ion batteries, dating back to the 1997 Prius. That was the first production Prius in Japan, and then it hit North America in 2001. They are still studying those batteries to see how they're holding up. Oh man, I'm sorry. I want to mention quick, the reason why it can do that is because the vehicle is able to use the gas motor and the electric to help each other and take strain off each other. If it needs a charge, it'll charge it. It will purposely keep the charge of the battery level. It's never going to fully deplete, and it's never going to fully charge up. And I feel like that's where the cell phones is what is hard on the battery. You use it till it dies, you charge it up. You use it till it dies, you charge it up, and you do it so often. These, they keep it right in the middle. It just keeps it a little top up, and then use a little battery, a little top up. So it's perfect. So it's a nice balanced system. Oh my goodness, I'm at 13 mark, 13 and a half. I will wrap this up. This one, oh, there's so many cool things in this though. You can skip out if you want, honestly, but I'll show off the rest. Wireless phone charger, drive modes, EV mode, trail mode. All these just changes how the electric gas system work and what you're prioritizing. In drive mode, you have normal, which is the default, normal, eco, and sport. Eco, you're asking it to prioritize fuel efficiency and less performance, so you won't get the same high revving shift points and acceleration, and vice versa on the sport. The sport, you're asking it to prioritize the performance as opposed to the fuel economy. Normal and eco don't have a huge difference, honestly. It's a good balance, but I think they said you don't save a ton of fuel economy going to eco. It helps a little bit though, so it's definitely worth looking at. EV mode, like right now it's running EV. That's why that light is on. if I was to step on the gas a bit to try and ask it, there we go. There, gas engine kicked in, that EV went out. If I click this button, oh, come on. I guess I can't put it on now when the gas motor's on, but when it goes back to EV mode in a sec here, I can put it in EV mode, which means I can ask it to be pure EV for low speed cruising. I don't know what, I can look into it, but I don't know what that speed cap is. I think it's like, could be like a 10 kilometer, 20 kilometer an hour crawl. Maybe you're in heavy traffic, just inching forward, trying to get through an accident or something. You can just throw it in EV mode. Okay, EV's back on. I'll push the EV mode button. There we go. Now I'm asking it to try and stay in EV mode while I crawl forward in heavy traffic. Hope that makes sense. All the safety stuff is extremely well thought out. There's a lot of technology in this safety stuff to make it less reactive, like our old RAV4 was. So if something happened, the vehicle will react to it, and it's very abrupt, not smooth at all. That's when you feel like you don't really have control of the vehicle, because if it's correcting you, it's tugging you off the line or whatever it is. This is very proactive and anticipates, I guess. It anticipates potential hazards and prepares the vehicle to smoothly avoid an obstacle. Like if you're on the highway, and I think like you said yesterday, if you didn't like that stuff, they make it so easy to customize it. So right in the settings there, I just go to the drive support, proactive driving assist. You can turn on, off. You can see what it is. Provides gentle braking and or steering for operations like distance control and smooth turning. And then there's some extra adjustments to that if you were to enable that. Support level, adjust the level of braking and steering assistance, medium. Like if you want a little aid but not a lot, you can have a little help there. Steering assist provides gentle steering for operation like handling along a road curve. Geez. So you can turn that off too if you want. Deceleration assist provides gentle braking for operations like maintaining adequate distance from